Lake Powell, the second-largest reservoir in the United States and a vital lifeline of the Colorado River system, is in serious decline. As of the beginning of October 2025, the reservoir stands at an elevation of 3,544 feet above sea level. That's more than 150 feet below its full pool of 3,700 feet, and it leaves the lake at less than one-third of its total storage capacity. The decline of Lake Powell is not just about low numbers on a chart. It's a crisis that affects millions of people, the region's power supply, and even the future of the American Southwest itself. So, why is Lake Powell dropping so dramatically? First, persistent drought. The Colorado River Basin has now endured more than 2 decades of dry conditions. Even in years when snowpack in the Rocky Mountains looks healthy, much of that water never makes it into the reservoir. Dry soils, hotter summers, and higher evaporation rates are stealing runoff before it can reach Powell. Second, weak inflows. The amount of water flowing into the lake in 2025 has been far below average. In some cases, runoff has been less than half of what the system would normally expect. That means the lake simply isn't refilling at the pace it needs. Third, heavy outflows to downstream users. Under long-standing agreements, Lake Powell must release water to Lake Mead and beyond, serving millions of people in Arizona, Nevada, California, and Mexico. In 2025, those releases have actually exceeded the water coming in, draining the reservoir even further. And finally, rising demand. With more than 40 million people relying on the Colorado River Basin, human consumption is consistently outpacing what nature can provide. Agriculture, cities, and industries continue to pull water from a system that is already stretched thin. The consequences of this decline are enormous. Lake Powell doesn't just store water, it also generates power. The Glen Canyon Dam produces hydroelectricity for households and businesses across the Southwest. But as the lake drops, pressure on the turbines falls too, and the ability to generate reliable power weakens. If the water dips too low, the turbines could stop altogether, cutting off a major renewable energy source. Even more alarming is the threat of dead pool, a scenario where the lake's elevation falls so low that water can no longer pass through Glen Canyon Dam. If that were to happen, water deliveries to millions of people downstream would be cut off, creating an unprecedented crisis for Arizona, Nevada, California, and Mexico. On top of that, recreation and tourism are already feeling the impact. Marinas and boat ramps are closing, once thriving areas are drying up, and the iconic Red Canyon walls are showing massive water scars that reveal just how far the lake has fallen. So what's the way forward? Experts say occasional rainfall or snowmelt may bring temporary relief, but it won't be enough. The future of Lake Powell depends on serious conservation, tough decisions among the 7 Colorado River Basin states, and new strategies to adapt to a hotter, drier climate. Without real action, the decline will continue, and the consequences will spread far beyond the canyon walls of Lake Powell.